Hey, how are ya? Welcome back, guys. Post game spread, Blake Helm. This is going to be the Ben Hartl story, part 4. Just amazed with this guy. For those of you that are just tuning in, Ben has been with us. He is a reoccurring guest. I'm going to be following this kid, all the way to the big leagues. I think he is absolutely special, and you guys are going to see why. An unreal mindset for someone of his age. Ben Hartl, being a Springfield High School grad, moved on to Heartland Community College, set the world on fire there, him and Sam Antonacci. Moved on to Kansas, balled out there, got drafted in the 14th round, just wrapped up his first full year of professional baseball in the Rangers organization, and had kind of a really interesting year, starting off in like low A, doing okay, was the main catcher. Stats probably weren't where he thought he was going to be, but still making improvements, growing. The game has endless life lessons in it. Kept his head above water, relied on his mindset, on his faith, ended up getting called up to high A late in the year, went on a deep playoff run, hit really well, and then through some interesting circumstances, got the call to the Arizona Fall League. So the prestigious Arizona Fall League for prospects, got to go out there, got some time as a first baseman, got to rub elbows with, the game's best, got to play against his boy, Sam Antonacci. So we're just having Ben back in. We're going to keep checking in probably every 6 months as his career progresses. So we go deep into how his season went, how the fall went, adjustments he's made as a hitter, how he's progressing as a person, what the game has presented to him, opportunities to grow as a player and as a person. Couldn't be more impressed. Absolutely love this guy. You guys are going to love it. This is the Ben Hartl story, part 4. Here we go. Hey, y'all. I want to do a quick shout out to our sponsors. This podcast is interesting in that I do hometown stories. I'm located in central Illinois, but I also do national stories as well. So for our national stories, I'm going to do a quick run over of my local sponsors. So if you see a need, I'm in the Springfield, Illinois area. Washco Strength and Speed, the premier baseball athletic trainer guy in the area. He's incredible. Overtime Training Academy, that's where Jared trains out of. That's where Washco is based out of. Body Symmetry, probably one of the most well-rounded trainers in Springfield, Illinois. It's Chad Marshik. Love the guy. Milner Dentistry. Ty Milner played at U of I. Cool guy. He's my dentist. Bank of Springfield, BOS, Bank Boldly. They got a whole team of former pro baseball players over there. Sitco Chiropractic, the best chiros in town. Love these guys. Grew up with Kyle and Casey. Glisson Heating and Air. This is Gibbs Glisson, Pleasant Plains guy. He's done my system. He did my parents' system. Incredible. Eric Easley, the realtor. He'll get you right. Go see him for all your realtor needs. The Office Sports Bar and Grill, the best sports bar and grill in Springfield, Illinois. All the cool memorabilia on the walls. Love that place. Hammers, radon mitigation. That's my boy, Les Hammers, Springfield firefighter. He gets it done with the radon. Cardinal Cleaning, Adam Springer, former baseball dude. They can handle all the cleaning needs you got. GT Performance Consulting. That's Greg Taylor, former guest, played at Louisville. He's got a mental performance consulting firm. Awesome stuff for young athletes. Safe House, Illinois. That's Dave House. They're doing inspections, when you're selling your house. Cool guy. Grew up playing with him. Head coach at Lanphier. Hudson Chiropractic. Seth Hudson, former Murray State great. That's located in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. The Shamrocks baseball organization. They are out of Overtime. They've got all kinds of different ages. Walt Patton is associated with them, former guest, former pro. Flow Yoga, the best yoga place in town. Love those guys. Finally, Hurwitz Enterprises. We appreciate you guys. A true baseball family. All those 3 brothers played, high-level guys. We appreciate all our sponsors. Thank you. All right, y'all. Welcome back to our family support section. These are families that want to breathe some life into the podcast and keep us rolling. We really appreciate you guys. Here's a list of our roster right now. We're going to start off with the Guernsey family. This is going to be Nate Guernsey, the former baller at Southeast, super swaggy dude, baseball, basketball player. He's got a son coming up, Ivan Guernsey. Look out for this dude. PJ was raving about him being ambidextrous and can throw hard from both sides, and he's playing in the Cardinals organization with Nate. and Jason Canela are coaching together right now. So shout out to Nate Guernsey. Appreciate you, my man. Next up would be the Chisholm family. This is John Chisholm. He's done so much for the podcast. It's crazy. John and I came up together, played for the Flames, Springfield High. He went to Spoon River for a little bit and played some ball. He is dad of the year now, coaching every sport he can. His son, John Chisholm III, JC3, talented player coming up in baseball and basketball, doing some travel basketball, playing for the Arsenal, playing for Christ the King, a talented pitcher, first baseman with a little bit of pop in his bat there. So we appreciate the Chisholm family. John has helped me set up multiple sponsorships and was solely responsible for the communication that led to the Cam Appenzeller story happening. So shout out to John, good friend of mine. Appreciate you. Next up is going to be the Erickson family. This is going to be Casey's section of the Erickson clan. Casey being my boy, you know, an absolute baseball dog. Glenwood's head coach, played at Glenwood, SCI, was in the Yankees organization, Pirates organization, coached at Benedictine, building his dynasty out there at Chatham now. He's got some absolute dogs coming up. The next wave of Ericksons, look out, Lane, Cooper, Tripp. Been seeing videos of these guys since they were 2-3 years old, absolutely mashing. All of them can rake, can throw. I've already hearing legends about these guys. Tripp is supposed to be something special. I hear this is the next Corey Erickson 2.0. So look out for these guys. Appreciate the Erickson clan. Next up, Canadlers, Jason Canadler, El Jefe at BOS. Good friend of mine, you know, mentor to me, former guest. Colt Canadler being his son, former guest, Chatham Glenwood, quarterback, now moving on to Lincoln Land. Melissa, the mom, running the show, the CEO of the K team, Claire, talented volleyball player, been starting on varsity at Glenwood as a freshman since her freshman year. CJ, the clown prince of the family. We appreciate the Canadlers' support. Next up, the Steinwart family. Jim Steinwart, my former coach at Springfield High School, Hall of Famer, state title winner, cool guy. He's helped the podcast so much with stats and stories and contributions. We've got a fun system going now where Jim is a flip phone guy. No shame to that at all, but so we do have a system. When I need something from Jim, I text Jim, and then Jim has June, his wife, his lovely wife, send it to me because she has a more normal phone. And that's how we do it. And I appreciate it. And I think it's funny every time we do it. So shout out to June too. Shout out to Johnny, TJ, Nikki. Johnny's was a stud baseball player, played at UIS out there at Plains. TJ's a drummer. Shout out to Nikki as well. The Blazes family. Katie, we appreciate your support. She's got a young son, Brady Keating, coming up in the SHG system. He's a quarterback, linebacker, was on their freshman, sophomore teams this last year. Also a stud pitcher, doing some things with Maximized Pitching Labs. Look out for that guy. Katie's dad was an absolute stud at SHG back in the day, did all sports, and then basketball at SCI and golfed at Western. Really appreciate your continued support. The Kaiser family, my guy, Ryan, dude's got a rap album coming out. Check out for that. KO, absolute baseball guy. His whole garage is like made to look like a Wrigley Field type of place to view games. Super cool. Landon, his son's coming up in the Arsenal organization at Franklin, little baller. Addie is going to play some softball for me and coach pitch, I think, this next year. And then Mandy's been coaching for the Arsenal and doing stats and doing her dang thing for years now. So we appreciate the Kaiser family and their support. Last but not least, Tyler Owen and his lovely family. Tyler being a teammate of mine at Murray State back in the day. You know, an absolute dude, stud, OBC many times over. His brother played in the show. One of those guys that was kind of like on the verge of being like a pro guy, you know, but he's got some sons coming up. Everett and Ellis coming up in the South Gibson Heat organization. My man Tio is coaching at North High School. I think they just won a state title or were runners up in the last year or two. So doing his thing. We appreciate you guys. Let me run down my sponsors real quick because this is a national podcast. I will just mention my local sponsors here. So Washco Strength and Speed, Body Symmetry, Sheehan Lawyers, Milner Dentistry, the law offices of Stephen Kelly, Bank of Springfield, Sitco Chiropractic, Glisten Heating and Air, Eric Easley, the chiropractor, the Office Sports Bar and Grill, Hammers Radon Mitigation, BSN Sports, Cardinal Cleaning, The Crafted Stag, GT Performance Consulting, Grab a Java, Safe House, Illinois, Nate Guernsey, the realtor, Salvaggio Steel, the Springfield Shamrocks organization, and Overtime with Jared out there. We appreciate you guys. Hope you guys enjoy this episode. Okay, here we go, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Post Game Spread. I'm your host, as always. We got a part 4 coming up right now. My man Ben Hartl back in the building. For those of you guys just joining us, the Post Game Spread is, well, we have all kind of formats now. So we've got formats where we go back and look into a retired player's, usually a pro guy's career, and see what he went through. But we're also doing young guys now, and we're following guys like Ben. So I've got, Cam Appenzeller, Charlie Isom, Will Platner, Ben. So guys that are just either in college or just getting into pro ball, and checking in with them, every 6 months, every year. What's going on with them? What are they learning? How are they progressing as a player? How are they progressing as a person? I think you and I had an incredible, our first 3 episodes. I know Jim Steinwart has been, over the moon about them, loves them.
Mm-hmm.
And he just said how cool it was hearing these guys go back and forth. And I remember being a little nervous, like, okay, I'm 40, this dude's like 20. Like, are we going to be able to connect? But like I've said before, baseball is like a universal language.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
it just felt like I was just talking to another baseball dude. So for those of you guys that don't know, Ben was an absolute stud, standout at Springfield High, went to Heartland, went to the University of Kansas, got drafted by the Rangers, has been in the minor league system there for a little bit, was under Coach Steinwart, drafted in the 14th round in 24, just wrapped up your first, would you consider it your first full?
First full season.
Yeah, first full season, second overall, got invited to the prestigious Arizona Fall League, and I can't wait to get into that and kind of how you ended up there for the Surprise Saguaros. Am I saying that right?
Yep, Surprise Saguaros.
Okay, cool. Now, back in town training, you just wrapped up a train with the pros camp at Washco.
Yep.
Would like to talk about that here in a second, what they got going on out there. Like I said, we're doing all these updates. How are we doing, man? What's up?
I'm doing
Happy
great.
to get you back in here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's great to be back in the 217. It's good to just, have an off season, kind of be a person and relax a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I had a couple of things I said before. I said, you got to come over here with the heat, bringing some Jays.
Yeah.
We got them going here.
We do have them on.
We got going here.
Just a clean Jordan 1.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy. I'm not a kind of flashy guy.
I like the neutral tones of it.
Yeah. I'm not as flashy as you. You got a pretty nice pair on over there. But no,
a little colorful, but they match my sweater here.
Absolutely.
Okay. And I told you, have your hair right.
Yeah, I tried.
Always on point.
I tried.
So I feel like I have to mention, all right, every time you come on now, it's like I make some kind of a comment about your hair. Is it getting weird, or is it still hitting comedy here, or where are we at?
I think it's still in the comedy phase for sure.
Okay, let's see if I can push that then. I like to open up podcasts in like a light manner instead of just jumping into like more complex questions. So
yeah.
Do you think your elite hair had anything to do with you getting invited to the Arizona Fall League?
Absolutely not.
None?
No, I don't think so.
No consideration?
No. I'm not sure that's on the 20 to 80 scale where the hair is.
Well, if there was a 20 for 80 scale, I think you'd be on the 80 piece, my man.
I'd like to think so. I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to judge it. I might be biased.
Okay. All right, man. Let's get into it here. Thanks for humoring me. You spent the bulk in A-ball with the Hickory Crawdads, hitting 211, had about 200 ABs, 1 pump, 8 dubs. Then got the call up to high A. Hit 375 and 56 at bats, 3 dubs, 245 for the year. Got the invite to the AFL. So I can't wait to get into all that. Let's start with Hickory and kind of, I think, do we leave off? Was it right after spring training?
Right after spring, like I just got to Hickory and sat down and
talked. We just had a check-in about how spring training went, like your first spring training and whatnot. So we're getting into pro ball here. Hickory Crawdads, tell me what it was like getting there, getting accustomed.
Yeah.
Start of the year. Let's go.
So like start of the year, we took a red eye from Arizona to Hickory. So we're flying from midnight to 8 a.m. And we get there and they're like, all right, headshots first day. I'm like, great, let's go. So get accustomed to the apartments there, like really great college town. There's a good baseball program there. Like people love the baseball there.
Oh, sick.
Kind of a old timey, like what you think low A baseball would be like.
Really?
So that was like the best part of like, it was not the nicest stadium. Anybody would tell you that, but like there was a mass of baseball fans, and it felt more like a professional baseball. I know last
Yeah.
time we talked, I started out in down east North Carolina, and
Yeah.
we were pulling 50 fans a night.
Right.
So we move up, we go to a different stadium, and it was super nice. It was just kind of, it felt like professional
Yeah.
baseball with 1,000 people there on a
I
Tuesday.
know a lot of cats first getting into pro ball can get a little disillusioned with like rookie ball and like the low A's, and like that's not your idea of what pro baseball is in your head, right? That's
Not at
not
all.
signing autographs. That's not like fans being
Mm-mm.
like you're the awesome or some kind of crowds and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah.
getting into that, does that change how you enthusiasm wise, or does that how you feel about going to the yard, or does that
Yeah.
affect that in any way?
Yeah, no, it definitely does, and there's like a fan energy that you can kind of feed
Yeah.
off of, especially playing like playoff baseball. Like you feed off of it.
Right.
When it's a Wednesday night and it's 50 degrees and there's 100 people there, it's hard to turn it on a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think having those fans, having that culture around that program and that park, and it kind of creates something inside of you.
Yeah. This is funny. So you and I have I've texted you some during the season and whatnot, and I laugh looking back now because I feel like I was more stressed out about your batting average than probably you were.
Yeah,
And I was texting you
yeah,
like, "Hey man, like how's your head doing? Where's your head at?" Because your batting average probably wasn't probably where you would have wanted it, sure.
no, sure,
But it was so cool to hear how reassured you were and like
yeah.
everything's fine. We're progressing. Things are good. So tell me, how do you maintain that sort of confidence and belief in yourself when you're not kind of putting up probably the numbers that you would like?
Yeah,
Or how did you stay in that place?
I think it's about kind of like the process of it all. One, I'm not here for my plans. I'm here for God's plans. Like
Uh-huh.
that's the main consensus of where like the confidence and the hope and kind of the discipline to stay through it all. And I think honestly the people that I'm surrounded with, I credit my
Yeah.
family, I credit old coaches, I credit the coaches I had there,
Yeah.
teammates, where it's like, yeah, it may not be statistically proving like what I hope or what I plan to,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like I'm not going to mm, degrade the day. I'm not going to make worse of the situation of, because I'm
Yeah.
playing my dream. I'm
Yeah.
doing my dream, even though
Beautiful.
like I'm not trying
Great
to.
perspective.
And that's kind of the main thing is like, if you told me 10 years ago I'd hit 200 in low A, and I'd be like, you're crazy. Like
Awesome. I'm in
I
low
would have
A.
believed it.
Yeah, I'm in low
I
A.
would
That's
have believed it.
amazing.
But when you're in there, there was
Yeah.
definitely wavering confidence, and there's kind of, it was a test of my identity. It was a test of who I
Really?
am. And
Okay.
oh yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
it was challenging for you.
Absolutely. I mean,
Okay.
absolutely. But anything in life is challenging.
Yeah.
If hitting 200 in low A is the hardest thing I have to do in life,
You're gonna be all right.
I'll be all right.
So then, even though like 200 can be like a misleading number sometimes,
Sure.
like there's been times I remember I've hit in the low twos, but I was like, I feel like I hit a lot better than that. Sometimes
Yeah.
those can be misleading. Sometimes you are progressing in the right way. You're hitting balls on the screws. You don't get the breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Were you feeling like you were progressing still, even though
Mm-hmm.
like,
Yeah. No.
or you talk to me about that? Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, how it all started. So I get to Hickory in April.
Hmm.
We go through the first week, like, all right, sick, like everybody's juiced up first week, and then
Right.
you kind of like get into like the routine of the games, and this is game 8 of 132, like,
Right. Yeah. It's a long
so it's
season.
a
Yeah.
long season. So I think right after I did this podcast that night, I strained my oblique.
Really.
So
Oh, that's right.
I was
Yeah.
out for 2 weeks.
I remember I was all worried about that texting you. You okay, man?
Yeah. So I took a swing. I got pinch hit for in the 8th inning. It was 40 degrees. I was on the bench, cold.
Yeah.
Go in. I'm like, that didn't feel good. So go in there, do a bunch of tests, stuff like that. They end up sending me back to Arizona to rehab.
Yeah.
I went back for 3 days, basically progressed into catching 5 innings, 7 innings, because they're
Yeah.
doing extended spring training
Right.
there. So I did that, feel fine. And then after that, like I kind of hit the ground running where I was catching 4 games a week.
Yeah.
And then it came,
You were the main catcher.
yeah,
From what I
I
saw
was.
stat wise.
I
Yeah.
was. And that was a great feeling of itself of like, all right, I had a very young staff,
Yeah.
super young, high schoolers,
Mm-hmm.
first year college guys in
You're
pro
probably
ball.
one of the older guys on that.
I probably was.
that roster, right?
I definitely was top 5.
Yeah.
And that was great just for everybody to like, because the statistical production, like that doesn't mean anything when a pitcher's looking at you when he's
Yeah,
catching. He doesn't
right.
care what you're hitting.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I pride myself on is the catching aspect. Like, you gave me a great book, the Teo of the Backup
Yeah. Did you read it?
catcher. Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So
I didn't want to ask because I didn't want to be disappointed if you just like tossed it in
no,
the trash. You're like, I
no,
don't want this thing.
absolutely. And where it's like there's so much more in this game of baseball than your
Oh
statistical
yeah. Oh
production
my
and
gosh.
everything
Yeah.
like that. So
Yeah.
as a catcher, when I was catching 4 a week, and then it got to like 5 weeks, I was catching Tuesday through Saturday, having Sundays off, the
Uh,
day games off. So I was getting beat up behind the dish.
yeah.
I was took more foul tips to the head than I could count
Yeah.
or I could remember. And it was at the end of the day, it was how can I be healthy for the next game? And
Hmm.
I'm just grateful I get to play.
Yeah.
Not to mention if I go 3 for 4, 0 for 4.
Yeah.
I didn't wouldn't say I don't care. Of course I care, but at the
Sure.
same time, it was like, how can we keep chopping wood, carrying water? Like it was like how like
Oh, there we
that's
go.
another one I read too.
There we
Where
go.
it's like, how can
Yeah.
I keep the process of like the season going of like, yes, the stats will be what they're supposed to be, but at the same time, like, how can I keep progressing on with the monotonous things that
Yeah.
people don't see?
For sure, and that book's incredible. I'm glad that you that
Yeah, oh
you
yeah.
that you gave it a read. There's so many ways that a catcher can contribute without hitting. You
Mhm.
know, there's so many subtle things. Like the
Mhm.
catchers are the glue of a team. Love what you said about chop wood, carry water. For those of you guys that don't know, I think this is kind of a Zen Taoist saying. Um, if you kind of can encapsulate it, the question is, how do you get to enlightenment? And someone enlightened would say, chop wood, carry water.
Mhm.
And then once you're there, like, how do you stay there? Essentially, it's
Sure.
keep chopping wood and carrying water. Do
Yeah,
what you did to get you there.
you're right.
Just keep going. So beautiful. And we had some great conversations about all your mental processes and what you do there. We're gonna get back to that because I thought you were really in your pocket there. So talk to me about how do you feel like you progressed as a player this summer? Does anything jump out to you, or like how do you feel like you grew?
Yeah. I think from the hitting side, and this is kind of like this is the main focus. I had a great hitting coach in Hickory. Brian Pozos is his name.
Okay,
Really understood the swing, but also like was very tailored to the person, and that was the best thing. Where it's not
you
wasn't the
didn't just
cookie
have
cut
his
way.
concepts,
Correct.
right? That can be difficult.
Correct. And we kind of talked about last year what the adjustments I was going to make. I was going to stand taller. I was going to do this, that, the other.
Yeah,
And so anyway, backtrack to the oblique. I was hitting 150
yeah,
through June.
right.
And he goes,
Still
"Hey,
affecting you?
still, no, it wasn't affecting me, but I was still trying to make all these adjustments." And he kind of came up to me and was like, why? It looks like every day when you show up to the yard, you're searching for something
Really? Hitting wise?
hitting wise.
Okay.
And he goes, "You're searching for something. You're searching for the feel. You're searching for the cue. Just go out and play."
Did
Like,
you agree with his assessment?
oh, absolutely.
Okay.
And once I did that, man, like I cut loose. Like it was like night and day difference.
What did you eliminate then that you
So
were doing?
basically, they wanted me to stand tall. They being the Rangers, like they were like, "Hey, like we think this would work better with your hips, like
Mhm.
being able to rotate, turn around the ball." And I was eventually I went up to him and was like, "Hey, like I feel comfortable going back to my old setup where I'm a little bit lower into the ground, and I feel like I'll be able to put up better at bats. I'll be able to walk more, strike out less.
Yeah.
I feel like I can barrel the ball more." And that's when like June, like you wouldn't be able to tell from stats wise in June, but I had 330
And they were
June.
cool with that?
I mean, they wanted to see it, and then
Sure.
we were
Yeah.
but I was basically like, "Hey, I gave this tall setup thing a good run."
Yeah.
Like, from
Dude, you wanna be coachable, right?
exactly.
You don't wanna be the guy that's like, I won't listen."
Absolutely, and and there's a fine line of, like, having the conversations of, I'm not just gonna let so and so tell me what to do,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, it is my career. Like,
Absolutely.
I'll take what you have to say into account, but at the
Right.
same time, where it's my career, I'm the only one in the batter's box there. I can't be taking other
Yeah.
people's cues and concepts into my game.
Yes.
So once I did that, like, man, like I was barreling up the ball. Like I
Feeling
went
like
from,
yourself.
I went from, I'm 150 at bats in, going from 170 to
Did you do
210.
was the whole off season using the new swing taller?
Yeah.
So
So,
that kinda sucks
uh,
in a
it,
way.
but it's a good thing because it taught me what not to do almost in a
Yeah.
sense where it's like,
Were you able to go back to your, like, innate movements then? Like, your
oh,
old swing? It was just still there?
it was crazy.
So still there.
Like
Sometimes
my,
it can be you can get a little lost,
absolutely,
you
and
know?
absolutely. And I was like, Bepo, like this feels weird, man. Like he goes, just roll with it. Nobody's gonna say anything. Like we're gonna keep like just keep trusting the process. And he brought up chop wood, carry water. Like
Yeah.
trust the process of the whole thing. And that's where we came of like he started saying less, and I started thinking less, and I started doing better. And it's crazy how simple of a game you can make it when you don't make it complex.
Oh,
And
man.
it's you look
That's great.
hindsight's always 20/20.
Sure.
So Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, that's fascinating. Okay, so you abandoned your tall swing, went back
Mhm.
to your older swing, started feeling better there, getting your confidence back there. What about catching? Did you feel like any changes there? How you received, thought, how you're looking at things, anything, just
Yeah.
anything there?
From a catching standpoint, even like spring training, like I felt like I was in a really good spot. I
Yeah,
really did. Um, I think the main adjustment I made this year was throwing. That was kind of the main thing where I called pretty good game, like the scouting report, like I was very much on top of.
yeah,
My manager in low A, Carlos Maldonado, big leaguer, professional
yeah,
for 14 plus years.
yeah,
Like he wouldn't say anything and it was a good thing. He let me give the game plan. He gave the game into my hands
yeah,
almost. And that was very it boosted confidence. It made me understand the game. And but if he did say something, it's something that we need to work on. And
yeah.
it was throwing where it was like I wanted to get on top of everything. I wanted to be so quick that I would one hop everything to second base.
Mhm.
And when you're playing on fields in North Carolina that are not groomed to perfection, those balls skip everywhere.
Yeah,
And once I kind of trusted it, like I'm like, I'm a shortstop. I'm going to turn two and I'm going to try and basically sling it to second base
really?
where I'm not as high of an arm slot. Like
Yeah.
I can be more over here now.
Is that
And
faster? Faster?
I think it's faster with the
Yeah.
transfer. And also I was more accurate. Like
Really?
I'm a very, like I was an infielder growing up. Like
Yeah.
I'm okay throwing come
Yeah, you've
lower
been
three quarter.
a utility guy. You can
So mostly it was just like, all right, basically how athletic can I be? How not robotic I can be
yeah.
to second base. And
Really?
caught stealing went way up. It was I felt quicker. Pop
Any change with, like, the, release point in your how your ball is moving?
no,
Staying true still?
it's really weird how I can still stay
Keep it
low
true?
and still true carry to the second base.
Okay. Gotcha. I remember watching Jason Worth in high school, and he was a catcher in high school, if
Hmm.
you don't know, but
Oh,
he
absolutely.
would throw way low slot over here from catching, and I remember that ball just be like, I mean, it had a humongous loop on
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
good for you for keeping it true there. Did you find any holes within your swing, or how were like pitchers coming after you this year that you? I mean, obviously baseball is a game of adjustments, right? Like
Sure.
Justin Knadler said to me one time, first you got to learn how to hit, and then after you learn how to hit, then you gotta learn how to hit.
Yeah.
And then you gotta learn how to hit, and then you gotta learn how to hit. So just the adjustments.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm taking words out of your mouth
No,
here,
you're
but
good. Like I remember you told me that quote last year.
did I?
And
Gosh.
that's something and that's no. But it's a good thing because people like
Okay.
that's something that is happening. Like
Yeah.
when was telling you I was searching for something, like I was trying to
Yeah.
find like that one cue and just stick with it.
Yeah.
Like no, like it's an all evolving thing.
Right.
So when it came to the holes in the swing, it was really after the year when I got like my post year report of everything. It was like these are the pitches you did damage on. These are the
Yeah.
pitches that you struggle with, and I struggle at the top of the zone.
Yeah.
And guys attack that later in counts, um and like your strength are your strengths, your weaknesses are your weaknesses, but
Where
you're
were you strong?
low and in,
Remember you
like
saying that last
low and
time.
in.
Yeah, that
It
was your
was
pitch.
crazy. So they had like these heat maps where
Yeah.
blue is like this is like my slugging. Blue is like where you didn't do a lot of slug, and red is where you did your slug.
Yeah.
Everything was on the inside line, on and below the zone,
Really.
which is insane. It's not even in the strike zone, and
That's where you're hitting the
that's where I
best?
did my
Mashing?
slug. Yeah,
Interesting.
and it was so now after the season, it's like, all right, how can I put my swing in a good spot? How can I set up my swing in a good spot to be
Yeah.
able to cover those? I may not belt those pitches at the top,
Right.
but how can I cover them at 96, 97 miles an hour
Yeah.
to the point where I can manage and kind of whenever that ball does come in or
Yeah.
low, I can get it.
You're a smart guy. You're a catcher. What was the game plan? Like, what do you think the other team was seeing the scouting report on how to attack you?
Yeah.
How are they getting
It
after you?
was a lot of just in, out, up. That
Yeah.
was the main thing. Like
Yeah.
I didn't chase a whole ton and especially later. Like earlier I was kind of hunting, but it was kind of like I was seeing stuff that wasn't actually there. I
Yeah.
was trying to, all right, if this slider pops here, I'm going.
Yeah.
Like I was trying to force stuff. When I got lower and I got to be able to trust eyes and see the ball longer, like I was able to kind of slow the game down.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it was a lot of like sinkers in, like
Yeah.
in to
Mhm.
set up sliders away or
Sure.
four seamers up, trying to set up and then go down.
Mhm.
So it was, I wouldn't say there was one thing that I really caught up on. It kind of was pitcher dependent.
Gotcha. And like for something that I think I know, sometimes guys have talked about it being maddening hitting at the lower levels of minor
Hmm.
league, as opposed to the higher because the
Hmm.
pitchers have elite stuff, but they don't know where the hell it's going.
I
So
can
like, you
attest
know,
to that.
they can have a game plan, but they might not throw it where their plan is,
Oh yeah.
you know? So that can make it hard to think along with them and guess and make
Hmm.
educated thought. Do you have approach wise, were you doing anything this year? Like, you know, I'm looking outer third for velocity and I'm hammering it or I'm spitting on this or anything like that? Or
Yeah.
were you any changes there?
I'd say I was looking more in this year.
Okay.
That was kind of the main thing. But my so like in high school and college, you're always taught like, hey, keep your hands aside, drive the ball the other way.
Hmm.
And that's true to a point. And but when you guys are throwing demon sinkers inside of you, like you have to be able to put your body in a good spot to be able to turn those around,
Yeah.
or else it's a weakness. People
Yeah.
attack it. So I think I still keep that like right center over the second baseman's
Yeah.
head approach, but at the same time, like I have to be able to put myself in a good advantageous position to able to send balls to left center,
For
left
sure.
field.
Are you of the thinking like, yes, I'm swinging until you're not swinging?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people at the younger levels make that mistake and it gets exposed when you get older and there's,
Hmm.
you know, there's more velocity and more shape and more depth. What I'm talking about is when a pitcher throws it, a lot of times, and myself included back in my career, I would make that decision to, am I swinging or not as you threw it
Yeah.
versus, and that takes away the time that you have to get your swing going, all these things
Mhm.
versus if you make up your mind, I am swinging before the pitch is thrown until he shows me that this is not a pitch that I can hit. That
Mhm.
puts you in a place to be aggressive and just
Yeah.
not defensive and not getting beat and slows down the game, I thought,
Yeah.
in ways. Okay, then, bats. What we got here, man?
So
What did
I
we find this year? What are we using?
honestly, so earlier in the year, I did like, have you seen like the Marucci bat fitting where they put all the
Yeah,
sensors on you?
yeah, you did that?
So I did
Oh,
that in
sick.
spring
Tell me
training.
about that.
It was cool. It was really cool. Marucci
Yeah,
guys came in, put all the sensors on me, and they're like, "Hey, try this bat. Take 6 swings with this bat.
yeah,
Try this one." And I'm taking 250 to 300 swings with
yeah.
50 different
And they
bats.
found like the metrics of what they
They
thought was
found
the
the
best for you.
metrics, and they do like a BPI, which is like bat. I don't know, something way too smart for me, but
Yeah.
it's like where the weight is distributed in the bat.
Okay.
So they're like, "Hey, you need a more balanced bat. We're gonna give you this puck knob." I'm like, "All right,
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
yeah,
You like that? Or
no."
no?
Like I was like
The
statistically,
science
like
made
the
sense, but
science
it
made
didn't feel
sense. It
right.
didn't feel right.
Oh,
And that's when I was taller. I was using this puck knob. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try all these things.
yeah.
But when I went back, I eventually went back to my old bat. I've been using Birdman, like a
Oh, Birdmans are sick.
Ronald Acuna
Yeah,
model, which is more balanced, bigger barrel.
yeah,
I'm all about the knob. I like a good taper knob. So it was eventually I kept using this Birdman and I loved it.
yeah.
And I used it all the way from June to the last week of the fall
Oh,
league.
wow.
So it
That's a
lasted
long
me, it was
time.
like 230 at bats.
Yeah.
Didn't break. It finally cracked in November. So I'm like, all right, wow, this bat
Yeah,
this bat went through war with me for a
for
little bit.
sure.
So it's I'll definitely keep using them, but honestly, I just love wood bats.
Yeah,
Like
I do too.
that was the coolest part, like the fall league. Like guys were just they were getting usually like in the fall league, like your org will send you 12 to 18 bats just
Yeah,
for 6 weeks of ball.
yeah.
So like you're giving them out, you're signing them. So
Trading,
I'm
yeah, all
like
kind of stuff.
trading them. So I took home 20 something bats from the fall
That's
league.
awesome, dude.
I got a whole bin downstairs where it's like I got a bunch of top prospects. I got a bunch of stuff, and like,
Yeah.
my dad's a woodworker, and we're gonna put up a bat rack downstairs. I
Oh,
just
yeah.
want them all hanging. Like, I
Huh.
love it.
I like
I
collecting
love
bets
it.
too. That's
Yeah,
sick, dude. And are you 3, 4? We're 3.5?
three and a
3.5?
half. Drop 2.
And so he brought me a bat here today, and there's some interesting tape job on it. Like you got a little ring at the bottom there.
Little ring
Is
at
your
the bottom.
pinky on that? Or are you above it?
I'm so pinky's below it.
Okay, really?
So that's ring finger on that little.
really.
So I tape right above the knob.
Yeah.
So I like to wrap my pinky around the bat. So the bat kind of, you can see I have like
Yeah.
like a scar or a callus there.
Beat up there.
And I like the bat sits. I don't know why. Like bat just kind of sits nice there. And
Yeah.
so yeah, Julian Brock, catcher of my in the org. He's a year older than me. He showed me that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I kind of like the way how that
Way that feels?
Yeah.
Are you using like the direct thumb guard or anything like that on your head?
I
You
do
like that?
pro hitter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pro hitter, pro
Yep.
thumb guard.
Yep.
Cool. Hitting routine, and I'm calling you out, man. And I texted you
I know
this.
you. I know what
You
this
already know
is
where I'm
about.
going?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember thinking it was unique. You were like, I'm not a tee guy. I don't mess with them tees.
Yeah.
And then you posted some video, or someone did, of you on a tee, and I texted you immediately. I was like, you perpetrator.
Yeah. I
You know,
know.
like,
I know. I'm a liar. I'm a liar. It's me.
Tell me about your hitting routine, how it's evolved. What are you doing now?
Yeah. So I mean, Washko did post me using a tee, and it was more because nobody was there feeding the machine. But
You said you were like, I just had to work on something real quick
yeah,
or
no,
something
I
like
was
that.
feeling something out,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
honestly, I'm gonna shout out another book. You're the Sean Green,
You like that one too?
the seeing it was like life at 95 miles
Yeah,
an
yeah.
hour.
Finding stillness at 95.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I read that
Oh,
one.
sick. Cool,
Yeah,
man. I appreciate it. I never know if guys read books. I give them to them. I just give out books all the time.
no, I I'm reading every night. I love
Cool,
it.
man.
So it was talking about basically how Sean Green would basically 20 minutes every day he would just flick balls off the tee
Yeah.
and just keep hitting and like you'd find a flow state.
Yeah.
So I was kind of messing around with that
Really?
where it's like
Oh, cool,
just
man.
kind of like where when bottom of the ninth and like your body goes into, all right, what have we done repetitions? What have we done a lot? That's kind of
Yeah.
where it's like, yes, it's great to have like your intentional swings where it's like you'd rather have more quantity or
Yeah.
quality than quantity.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna try this out. And then but when it comes to like the routine of it all, like I use some tee, but honestly, like it's still the flips. I like using the short bat just to feel connected.
Two hand or one hands?
Two hands.
Okay.
Two
Yeah.
hands. I'm not. I like it.
Don't do any one hand stuff?
Not really,
Okay.
no, because I'm not gonna do that in a game,
Sure.
honestly. But and then I like doing like an offset flip where it's like the guy who's flipping will be in front. I'll be off to the side, kind of simulating a slider going away,
Oh, okay.
and then inverse of that where it's kind of coming into me, where it's like I can kind of send balls to left center and kind of feel where my body needs to be in order to do that.
Okay.
But I kind of got into the not like really, but I got into the teacher man a little bit this year, just kind
Really?
of feeling the backside a little bit
Interesting.
because that was a problem of mine this year of like whenever I did load, like my body would all shift forward. So it's like, how can I get
More of
into
that
the ground?
coil staying into that back leg.
Yes, exactly. How can I turn behind the ball and not lose space going? Because you're trying to gain every inch that you can when 100's
Well
coming at
said.
you.
Yeah.
So it's like, how can I stay behind the ball, maintain direction, of course.
Yeah.
But
Have you worked with him?
I have not. No.
He's gonna be a guest actually. I don't
Oh,
know if you
really?
knew that. Yeah, I've got a bunch of hitting guys. I got Ian Jenkins next week.
Okay.
Teacher Man coming up. Fascinating. So I think Teacher Man is such a fascinating guy. Like he has worked with Judge, all these guys, but he can be extremely volatile, online. It's like, man, just why you gotta do all that?
Yep.
Like he would be taken so much more seriously and if he just didn't do all that. But the more and more I learn about HLP and swing stuff, the more I cannot refute a lot of it. And like there's new concepts and terms and I get why people are resistant to it, but man, a lot of it makes sense to me.
Sure.
Especially getting in that back hip.
Yeah.
Like you said, like, do you feel like you're swinging off too, or you're like rear driven off that back leg? Or he's big conceptually about that. Do you have any thoughts about that?
I mean, it's different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
That's the main thing of like a quote of mine this year that the hitting coach in Hickory gave me was like, are you swinging or are you hitting? Like, what's the balance of the two?
Yeah.
Where it's like, are you really trying to perfect and make a swing look good and you're trying to match a shape to a pitch or something like that?
Yeah.
Or are you trying to hit? And that was kind of the main thing of like, I was trying so hard early in the season where it's like, how does the swing look? I'd go back and watch and be like, man, that was a good swing, but I fouled it straight back and I was late. So it's like there's a fine line between the two of them. So I'm trying to take into account the swing, of course, but at the same time, it's a game. Like we're trying to hit.
Are there any concepts within HLP that you do like, or you have been like kind of messing around with or playing? It works for you?
Yeah, it's kind of, I wouldn't say there's one guy I'm like, I deep diving on this guy. I love it. Like at the same time, like I'm trying to take in all the information. Like I'll try it out on a tee or something like that the next day. But at the same time, it's like I know what works for me. So it's like, how can I best maximize that? Keep the identity of that, but at the same time trying to take in new accounts, trying to take in new ideas.
Speaking of, are you working with my guy Kale this winter at all?
I have been.
Shout out Kale Henneman, the best hitting coach in Central Illinois. This guy should be a professional hitting coach. It's wild that he's a high school hitting coach.
Yeah.
Unreal. You go to him, Sam goes to him, Louis Bartletti goes to him. That's the guy.
Yep.
I always pump him up when his name comes out, so I'm sure he'll hear this. So
yeah.
Are you and Sam going to him, doing some stuff?
Yeah, we've been going to him.
Talk to me about Tell me why do you go to Kale? Like, why do you trust him? Why do you think he is someone that you trust in with your swing?
Yeah, it's honestly it's just it's what he invests in all of us. It
Yeah.
really is. Like Pawnee is very lucky to have a hitting coach like
Insane,
Kale. It's
right?
insane. And just the amenities that he has, but it's not like it's cool he has a Raph Soto. It's
Yeah.
cool he has all these machines, all these different types of balls you hit, but it's how he breaks down your swing. He has all these cameras up. He has
Yeah.
all this, that, the other. But it's like, what do you want? What can I give you to make best this product, help
Yeah.
your swing? And he takes everything into account, and he's just an unreal dude to talk to and communicate with. He
Yeah.
texts me every Sunday, "Hey, when can you hit? When can
Really?
you hit?" And
Yeah.
I've been kind of busy recently, so I haven't been in there in a couple weeks,
Yeah.
but he it's just how just what he invests and how he deeply cares with
Yeah.
like with nothing in not I wouldn't say nothing in return, but he doesn't ask for anything back. And that's the selfless act of baseball that's
Yeah.
giving back to the game,
For
and
sure.
it's really cool. It
Yeah.
really is.
One of my favorite guys, a former guest. I trained him actually back in the day when he played at University of Memphis. Scrappy guy, but he does video analysis too. So he will
Mhm.
like take your swing and do like a very deep dive, and he'll compare it to like MLB guys that are in unique positions or the right positions. And he even did a breakdown for my daughter who's 6,
Yeah.
and like he is just so high level. It's insane that he's at Pawnee. I always tell him like, dude, you should be in pro ball somewhere or have your own facility. I'm sure at some point he might go more down that road.
Sure.
But Kale is the man. Shout out to Kale Henneman. I always put his name out there. He actually doesn't even have enough time to take on all the people that want
Yeah.
to work with him. So he's got to be
Yeah.
choosy with that. So Kale Henneman. Let's circle back to the confidence thing. So you've always been like, and a lot of baseball players run into this. You're like a 300, 400 hitter all growing up, all through, high school, college stuff.
Yeah.
And what is it like first kind of scuffling and being like, oh, I'm hitting 200 right now?
Yeah.
What does that feel like? How did you feel like you kept your head believing like I am supposed to be here? I belong? Anything along those lines?
Yeah. Eh, I mean, in this game, it's a game of numbers. It's a game of failure. It's a game of people.
Yeah.
Going back to like Moneyball,
Yeah.
but it's you're watching other guys, you're seeing other guys. Oh, this guy's hitting this guy's hitting that, the other. Where it's like you do compare yourself to other people, but you don't at the same time.
Yeah.
Where it's like, all right, this guy's hitting 260. What is he doing that is making him hit 260? Maybe he's
Yeah.
dropping on a few bunts a week.
Yeah.
Maybe he is they shift over on the right side. He's putting balls through the 4-hole.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just understanding who you are, but at the same time, like your stats will be your stats at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's your process will inflict what those stats are.
Ooh.
And
Yeah.
that's kind of the main thing of just trusting that. And it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to be that disciplined and not just motivated.
Yeah.
Because I could show up to the yard motivated as all heck and like, oh, I need to do this today, this that today, this today. But it's when
Yeah.
you don't want to and be disciplined enough to do it.
Yeah.
That's what I prided myself on this year is like when I'm catching 5 games a week, Tuesday through Saturday, and we
Yeah.
have an early game Sunday, and I'm still the first one to the yard,
Yeah.
cranking out a workout when I don't have to.
Yeah.
That's like that's what kind of fueled me this past year of
Beautiful.
like
Yeah.
where you have the opportunity to put in the work if you'll do it.
Ooh, man. Were there any moments this summer where you were feeling, obviously you have to love baseball, but any parts of like frustration of like, this game is not, I'm not enjoying this right now, or still having fun,
Oh, I'm still
still
having a
loving it?
blast. Still
Beautiful.
having a
It's
blast.
perspective.
Like, yeah.
Any changes to how you feel like you were calling a game? Like any evolutions there?
Yeah. When you're playing 6 games a week against the same guys,
Yeah. You're gonna
it
learn them,
gets
right?
hard.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets easy and hard at the same time where
Right.
it's like, I understand how these guys are. I understand how they're feeling that week.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I'm doing my scouting report, I'm doing this, that, the other, trying to understand these guys. But that Tuesday game, whether I'm playing or not playing, like that kind of determines how, at least in the lower levels, how these guys' weeks will be.
Yeah.
I see how they act. I see their body language, and it'll kind of depend on how we pitch to them, how we're going to attack these hitters.
Yeah.
And guy has this bad night, 0 for 4 on a Tuesday. It's like, all right, this guy is kind of most likely he's gonna be in the dumps.
Yeah.
So we're gonna attack him the next day. We're
Really?
gonna attack him. All right, this guy went 4 for 4. Like
Psychological warfare here,
it
buddy.
really is. It really is. And I'm back there. I'm standing a foot away from him, and I see him, and
Yeah.
he takes strike one. He's cursing underneath his breath.
You can get a feel for his energy.
Absolutely.
How he's feeling about himself. Yeah.
So it's the game within the game where it's like,
fascinating. Yeah. That's the
and
catcher stuff right there,
yeah,
buddy.
and I love that part of
Yeah.
it. The pitcher catcher meetings, we sit down with the manager, the pitching coach before every game, and
Mhm.
I'll map out like, hey, this guy, man, like we got him.
Yeah.
We got him. Throw your stuff. It's gonna be he won't touch you. And that was the coolest part of like building the relationships and stuff like that. where
Yeah.
It's like
I love that.
because you see him in April and then you'll see him again in August, and you're like, oh, I remember this guy.
Yeah.
Like this guy has a hole in his swing at the top of the zone. Like, let's go attack.
Have you ever been surprised by someone though? Like you thought you had him pegged and they had made an adjustment and you got burned
all the time.
all the time. Yeah,
It's
that's the game,
baseball.
right?
It's
yeah,
baseball.
right. Like, oh, we
listen.
got you 3 weeks ago up and in, and then you just burned us
That's
today
what
because
I'm
he
saying.
remembered it.
This guy couldn't hit spin.
That's what separates guys, though, right?
It really is.
Man.
It really is. This guy couldn't hit spin to save his life.
Man,
Next thing you know, we're spinning him 2-0, and
Yeah.
he puts one 460 off the wall.
man, I love talking
It's-
baseball with you, dude.
It's crazy. It's
Uh,
fun.
did you do any utility stuff this year? Were you primarily just catching?
I played 3 innings of first base.
Really?
And that was the game I pinch hit and got
How do
hurt in.
you feel about that?
I mean, at the end of the day, like whether I'm in the lineup, I can't control it. So, I think from the catching standpoint, well, our number 2 catcher went down. So it's like, all right, I got to pick up the innings a little bit, and whatever it is to win at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So it was kind of just positional need, and then
Were you still staying fresh, like taking ground balls and
Yeah.
stuff? Okay.
and a lot of the time I'd go out there with a catcher's mitt and just mess around like that.
Yeah.
That's how fun and light,
Okay.
especially in low A, how light it was.
Yeah.
So
Well, sometimes you have to keep things light and play because
Mhm.
that's a lot of pressure and intense, you know? So I'm sure the organization knows that you have value as a utility guy, but cool that they kind of just sat you as a catcher this year and let you develop there. So,
Yeah.
what kind of gear were you using this year?
I used Nike this year.
Catching
I
gear?
used Nike.
How'd you end up
catcher's
with
gear.
that?
I bought it off Cal Stark, a catcher
Really?
from our organization.
Were you All-Star previously or what were you using?
I was All-Star previously
Yeah.
at Kansas and basically my whole life. And he's like, hey, I got this Nike set. He was in high A and they were Navy,
Yeah.
and they're like, hey, we won't let you wear black gear.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, hey, I'll buy it off you. Why not?
Yeah.
And I absolutely loved it. I mean, it was great.
Are you on your own as a catcher for your gear?
As of recent, I just signed an agent this past November. So
Coming
I
up.
finally got one. And then
Oh,
I just signed with All Star this past.
let's go, buddy.
This past month. So
Sick.
it's so I'll be using All Star for the next couple of years,
Yeah.
and
Gloves, all gear throughout the whole thing?
so
The whole
the whole
fit?
gear, yeah. And then, but they'll let me use whatever glove I want. So
Really? That's
that's
interesting.
the nice part of it. Where I've always been a Rawlings guy through and
Yeah.
through. So
Okay.
yeah,
Was that part of how you signed with them? You're like, hey, I still want to be Rawlings?
Yep.
Really?
yeah. So
Cool.
it was cool. But
Okay.
no, I used the Nike stuff, and I mean, I was on my own this year, so
Yeah.
it had a huge hole in the knee pad. It had a hole in the chest protector, and we're getting into September. I'm like, this is bad. This is bad. Literally after the last game, I'm throwing my gear away. I'm like, it's over with. Can't even salvage it. So, but it got me a good.
Was
90
it already beat up when you got it or you just destroyed it?
Oh, I destroyed it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Would you
destroyed it.
would you not recommend Nike catching gear?
No, I absolutely would. I loved it.
Oh,
I loved it.
you loved it.
I loved it.
Okay.
But at the same time, it was, I mean, I caught 90 games, something
Yeah.
like that, and then you're catching bullpens every other day,
Yeah.
and
I-
it's all it's worth.
I can't remember if it was in 1, 2, or 3, but I laughed when you said, I was asking you about like your cleats and stuff. And you were like, yeah, man, I go to like Underdog Sports.
Oh
and-
yeah, I
and
still do.
buying used spikes
yeah.
and stuff. And let me say this, I had never been to Underdog before that. I went in there. That place is sick. I
It
love
is.
It's
great.
incredible. Yeah.
it is great. What they have
Incredible.
going there.
And it's nice to be like, if you're going to buy used gear, like I have bought stuff off eBay before, but it's nice to be able to like see it and like put your hand in it
Sure.
and like, does this fit me? You know? So, spikes this year, what were you using?
Just not
Did you ever get those Jordans like I told you you had to?
I did not.
Dude.
I'm stuck on. I got like a Nike Hirachi that I just love.
Okay.
I've been using them for a couple years now, and it's
Okay.
just and I'm still buying them off the clearance rack at Shields or Dick's, or usually like I've already got my
Yeah.
cleats for this next year where it's
But yeah, now that you have an agent, is the gear going to be different set up for you?
Yeah.
Like they're just going to send it to you, right?
But yeah.
Or,
so. But at the same time, if I see a pair of cleats for $40, I'm gonna go
right.
buy them.
So, is he hooked up with any particular like shoe that you?
Not shoes, no, but like he got me a good All-Star deal, so
Okay.
that was solid. And then Other than that, like bats will be like, hey,
BGs.
I'm with Jack's
Oh,
batting gloves out of
nice.
Chicago.
Sick.
So, and I used them this past year that I had a contract with them. I got signed again.
How'd you get hooked up with them?
Honestly, I just texted them. I was like,
Really?
hey, like,
Hey,
I'm an
man.
Illinois guy. Like,
Yeah. What's
I've
up?
I've used your products before. I love them.
Yeah.
And
Fire.
they sent me like 10 pairs throughout the year, and they lasted 10 months.
Really?
10 pairs. And I was like, man, like I'm gonna run out of these fast.
Yeah.
But they're incredible.
Really?
I'd recommend them to anyone.
What do you like about them?
The leather feel. I'm
Yeah.
not a big like plasticky batting glove kind of thing where
Yeah.
it's like it's actual leather
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they last and they're I hate wet batting gloves. I
Oh,
can't
God,
like
dude.
in the summer like when they're
Yep.
soaked.
Yep.
Like Jax was it was I was thoroughly impressed.
I played a summer of independent ball in Phoenix one time, and I legit had I had to use like 5 or 6 pair of batting gloves rotating them because my
Mhm.
hands would just sweat through them constantly.
Yep.
I had to go out and get like a prescription dry sol. It's like this, it was for your armpits, but I would put it on my hands at night to stop my hands from sweating so
Yeah.
much because it was so hot down there. So I totally get that. Slimy BGs are the worst.
Yep.
It is the worst
Yep.
feeling in the world. Okay, so what sunglasses, anything like that?
There's Oakley's.
Oakley guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about the call up to Hub City then.
No, it was awesome, man. It really was. It
Were you
was
expecting it, or how'd that go? Or
there was rumblings. There was rumblings. So we got this is first week of August. So we just got done with the All-Star break. We were on the road. We just came back from Fayetteville, North Carolina. So we get back at 2 a.m. We're unloading all of our stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, we're gonna have some meetings. Everybody stick around. And next thing you know, like 2 guys, they walk out of the manager's office, they dap everybody up, hey, Poppy, I just got released. I'm like, oh man. They're like, Hartl, you're next. I'm like, oh boy. And I'm like, I'm out the door.
Did you think for a second you're getting released?
I was hitting 200. I'm like, I don't know how this was gonna
That's
go.
a quick hook for you, buddy.
Yeah, I know. And next thing you know, the manager shakes my hand. Hey, you done a great job. You're going up to Hub City. You fly out at 7 a.m.
Wow.
And I'm like, that took a turn. And it was
Great,
unreal. And I call my family because they were flying out the next day.
No, to come see you?
The next week. They were going down to Charleston.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, you gotta switch your flight. And
Yeah, things didn't change.
next thing you know, I'm on a flight the next morning. I pack up all my apartment. I had to drive to the airport. All my stuff's in my truck.
Dude, minor leaguers got to do that. Like, you got to change. Your life has to be up and moved in a day sometimes.
So I had to pack in 2 hours. I had to be at the airport in 4. I didn't sleep that all that night. Next thing I know, I'm flying to Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
And then I'm playing against my best friend from Heartland, Kansas, Reese Dutton.
Really?
He's on the mound that Wednesday. I get my first
Sick.
at bat off him.
That's what's up.
So I was on the road in Fayetteville that whole week. I go to Jersey Shore for a week and then Brooklyn, New York for a week. So I was living out of a hotel for 3 weeks straight.
Yeah.
And all my stuff is sitting in my truck at the Charlotte airport for 2 straight weeks. So it was a nerving couple of weeks getting sent up, but it was awesome.
And then thrown into the mix as what? Were you the backup? Were you the guy?
We split. So me and and the other first rounder, Malcolm Moore, we ended up splitting time there at the end. So he would catch whenever he caught, I DH'd. Whenever I caught, he DH'd.
You went 14th round, right?
14th.
14th. I think you're probably a reflective guy. Were there differences? I mean, first round talent is a unique thing, right?
Yeah.
Catching wise, do you feel like you stacked up with him?
Yeah, I believe,
as a player.
I believe I did. Yeah. Like of course there is a reason he is a first rounder.
Sure,
there is. And as a 14th rounder, that gives me a chip on my shoulder.
Yeah.
Like, I love the dude. He's a great dude.
Okay, cool.
And there's no hard feelings. There never has been. There never will be.
Yeah.
So he has a lot of feel. He understands the game. He understands where he's at. I understand where I'm at.
Right.
So at the end of the day, like we're making a postseason run.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm joining this team.
Yeah.
But so I get called up. I catch 2 games the first week. I'm like, man, I went from catching 5 to catching 2. I'm like, oh boy, like I really enjoyed handling the staff, everything like that. But the call up to Hub City was just a breath of fresh air. Where it's like, hey, we're on a postseason run. Hickory was already out at that point, basically, and we're making a postseason run. So to be able to contribute with that was pretty awesome.
So catching is a unique position where there might be 3 guys on a roster, and there's like a main dude, and there's the backup guy who's going to catch maybe every 3rd, 4th game.
Yeah.
Is it, and then there might be a guy who very rarely plays,
Yeah.
Is it pretty harmonious amongst you guys? Is there any animosity or like, man, I should be playing? Or is that, do you feel like I guess I'm thinking of it almost as like a quarterback room,
Yeah.
like the catcher room, like you
Yeah.
guys do a lot of stuff together. What would you say is the kind of the
No,
feel of
I
that?
think there was a well-versed and good understanding of where each of us stood in the organization.
Hmm.
There was a first rounder,
Yeah.
there was me,
Yep.
and then there was a free agent catcher, Cal Stark,
Yep.
who won a national championship at Tennessee.
Hmm.
Cal, he'll tell you, he plays maybe once a week,
Yeah.
maybe, but he's the best teammate, probably the best teammate I've
I
ever
love guys
played with.
like that are
Yeah, oh
still
my
awesome
gosh.
people, even though it's not going for probably how
Yeah,
they would like,
absolutely.
Says a
And
lot about their character.
he's the same dude every day.
Yeah.
Will never say no to catch a bullpen. Will never complain. Will
Yeah.
never talk bad about anybody.
Yeah.
And still is the most light, funny guy I've ever played with. And while he's frustrated, I'm
Yeah.
sure he is,
Yeah. Of
as
course.
anybody would.
Of course you want to be playing.
And
Yeah.
just to have that understanding, and he would still encourage me. He would still talk me through things because he was there. He's been there the whole year.
Yeah.
And that was the whole thing. And he was still holding guys accountable. He would barely play. And
Beautiful.
if somebody wasn't doing something right, hey, you got to do this.
Really?
And lay the hammer down. And that's just because that's the person he was built up to be.
And people still respected him, even though
Absolutely.
that says a lot about him, that
Yeah.
he still has respect in that locker room, and he's probably not leading from the front in terms of playing wise. So
Absolutely.
that's cool, man. Shout out to that guy.
Yeah, that guy's awesome.
That's what's up. Differences in like the playing level.
Yeah. I mean,
What were the jumps there?
a little bit faster.
Yeah.
But honestly, I mean, it's the
Not
same.
really.
It's the same game.
Yeah.
A lot more. See, when I got called up in August, the draft had just happened. So when we got called up, a lot of the new draft guys, position players, were getting called up to
Mhm.
like the first rounders and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool to see, where there wasn't a ton. Not saying there was none, but there was not a ton of top prospects in low A baseball.
Right.
A lot of the top guys go straight up to high A.
Yeah.
So that was the cool part for me, just to face that and face big league rehab guys.
Yeah,
that would
for
go
sure.
play up in high A.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
Okay. Um, 375 here. So
Yeah.
hitting well, man.
Yeah.
What did that feel like? Was that cool for your confidence to go
Yeah.
up there and perform and be like, oh yeah, like I still got it. I mean, not that you weren't there, but
sure.
not the numbers you probably would have liked and
Yeah.
low, but performing.
Yeah.
Feel good?
Yeah, and honestly, like, nothing changed.
Really?
I really like in the
That's so funny about baseball,
It's
right? You
crazy.
can do nothing different. All of a sudden, like you're just mashing.
yeah, and I wouldn't even say I was mashing. It was just like balls were finding holes. Like
Yeah.
it was just
Sometimes
stuff
you
like
get breaks
that.
too.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
when I tell you, like, there was not a thought in the box, there was not a thought in BP. I was just doing it,
That's beautiful.
and that was
Yeah.
I reached like a flow state almost, where
Mhm.
it's like, yeah, like I had my bats that weren't great, not
Right.
uncompetitive, but at the same time, like I was putting together longer at bats, I was hitting balls harder,
Mhm.
and I think to the pitching wise of like in low A, like you said, like some guys just spray it and they pray that it goes over the plate. Like high A,
Yeah.
these guys had a lot more of a plan. They had a
Idea.
lot more of a, and it was cool. Like I was hitting 7 or 8 in low A. I go
Yeah.
up to high A, and I was batting 3, 4, 5, and
Yeah.
it kind of gave me the confidence of like, yeah, I can kind of do this a little bit. So, and also making a playoff push was awesome.
Tell me about that playoff push. That was
So-
cool. I saw some videos and stuff. You guys,
It
looked like you were
was-
having some fun.
that that was a blast.
Tell me about it.
That was a blast. So like, all right, so I'll lay it out. Spartanburg, South Carolina. It's the first year of the stadium.
Mhm.
Brand new stadium.
Yeah.
Fifth Third Park. We're packing 3,500 on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Like it's like unreal. They have
Yeah.
a DJ for the game. It almost feels like an NBA game where
Oh,
like
cool.
in between pitches, like you hear like like a Hub City Spartanburgers chant or something like that.
Okay.
And just ran super well for the fans, but also like emphasizing baseball and stuff.
Yeah.
So we get there, and we're 6 games out. 6 games out. Next thing you know, we go on a 10-2 run. Then we'll drop 1, and then we'll win 4 in a row. It's like, man, like, all right, we're doing this. So it comes to the last game of the season. We're like, all right, we need this team to lose, and we can lose, or we can win. We're in.
Yeah.
So I got to catch that game. It was the last game of the regular season. We were still weren't in.
Yeah.
We went in like 9-2, like blowout fashion. And it was like, all right, beer shower,
Yeah.
just an unreal celebration.
Yeah.
It was a ton of fun,
Yeah.
just because you work so hard to play baseball.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, like we worked our butts off for 5 straight months.
Yeah.
just to make a playoff push and hopefully get a ring out of this thing.
Absolutely.
So,
You get a ring?
nah,
Oh, wait.
we
Oh,
lost in the
that's right. Okay,
championship.
okay.
We lost in the championship.
Okay.
I got myself fall league ring though.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
sick.
So
Okay, then mental routine, and actually, circle back then. Something that I've always found fascinating about minor league baseball, about pro baseball, especially when you transition from like, the high school to college, where it's like those levels, it's all about winning, right? Winning, winning,
mhm,
winning.
mhm,
Minor league baseball is largely about developing the player. Obviously,
yeah.
you want to win too. Where are you at in terms of like how bad do you want to win versus how important is your development? And
Yeah.
like it's different than college baseball,
Yeah,
right?
it's a lot different.
Yeah,
It's the process. It
yeah,
really is where it's like you may not win the day, you may not win that game, but win the week.
yeah.
Win the week. So you win more weeks than the days, like
Does
you're be in a good
does
spot.
winning and losing feel different though in minor league baseball?
It does. It
Yeah,
does. It's interesting when you lose a 8-7 ball game in the 8th inning and you're like, "Dang it, that hurt."
yeah,
Next thing you know, 5 guys are already out of the dugout, they're going to the locker room to go to bed for the next game.
yeah,
And it's kind of just turning that page into where you're not dwelling or anything like that
yeah.
because you're playing again tomorrow.
Right.
Like, there's no point.
Okay.
So, it was definitely a big learning curve of that where it's like, "Man, I'm pissed." Like,
Yeah,
we just lost, like, we missed a double cut or, like, we lost a 1 run or something like that.
yeah.
And it's like, manager sitting down with me is like, "Hey, like, the stack the
We
days.
got a lot of games.
Stack the
Yeah,
days."
man.
Like, we won the last 4 innings of that game,
Turn the
like,
page,
who
right? Yeah.
cares? So, a lot of it is, like, momentum where you wanna just stay level, where
Mhm.
if you ride the highs and then you ride the lows, like, that's a roller coaster,
Oh,
but
man.
if
Yep.
you stay level, it's
That was always
dangerous.
my problem, man. I was a surfer. I was so impressed with all your mental routine stuff the last time we talked or brought you on here. Where are we at with all that now in terms of like journaling, meditation?
Yeah,
What is part of your routine now? What has changed? What have you added?
yeah.
What do you got going?
Yeah. So, like, definitely in season, after a game, it's like I'm gonna sit down. I do a nightly journal, nightly devotional every night, where it's just like that's my time, where
Mhm.
there's no other thought, or not doing anything else, and then just keeping up with reading, where it's not. I feel like I have to. I genuinely like want to.
Mhm.
So, well, honestly, it's finding the time to take for yourself, and I think that's something everybody can learn no matter what you're doing in life. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's something that's very beneficial to anyone,
Yeah.
where it's just like, it is okay sometimes, like, of course, we're living out for others, like, that's our calling. But at the same time, like, you can't take care of others if you don't take care of yourself first.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, and like in my mornings, like when it's just me, I make breakfast, like it's fully being present with myself and like I'm still big into meditating and breathing exercises and
Mhm.
stuff like that. Like, but at the same, it's just honestly taking care of your heart and mind,
Yeah.
honestly. And it's as redundant as it is, like it's hard sometimes, but
Yeah.
when things are going bad and you're like, oh, I have to do this, this, that, and the other, like take a deep breath.
Yeah. I
Take a
love
deep
that,
breath.
buddy. For sure. Are you what are you currently reading? Anything that you can shout
So
out?
I've been into some war novels recently
Okay.
where it's like read Scars and Stripes by Tim Kennedy.
Okay.
He was a ex UFC fighter
Yeah, for sure.
and he did 2 tours in Afghanistan, Iraq. Just hearing those stories kind of are just inspiring to me just to hear what they went through, and
Absolutely.
it makes
Yeah.
what a problem in my
Yeah.
world seems so minuscule when I hear about the stuff that guy
Do you know
endured.
who Pat Tillman is?
Pat Tillman, yeah, he was the linebacker that went
Yeah,
and
I've got
served.
dude, he's one of my favorites. He's got a couple incredible books that I
Okay.
think if I'm getting a feel for what you read now, I think I would like to send you home with a Pat Tillman book today.
Absolutely.
Are you anywhere? Do you do any kind of manifestation or visualization or anything like that? Or
Yeah. I
can you
think
speak to that?
there's a conscious and an unconscious visualization
Okay.
where it's like I'll usually most nights, sometimes I'll just sit down in bed and just honestly just think about things. And
Yeah.
it's not like oh, I'm envisioning the perfect strike or the perfect at bat here. It's like, no, like I just want to play catch with a pitcher at Globe Life. I just want
Yeah.
to enjoy hitting a baseball and just it's positivity. And that's
Yeah.
the main thing of like, yes, like before a game, I'll sit down and relax and like still just kind of envision how I think the game will go or
Yeah.
stuff like that. So, but honestly, like it's not like a sit down, I'm going to do this for X amount of minutes where it's like it's free and loose throughout the day.
Have you ever said out loud like I'm going to be a big leaguer or anything like that, or just put a thought out in the world like that? Or
Write it down in my journal every day.
that's what's up, dude. Yeah.
Nah.
I am a huge on manifestation, and you and I, we've texted a little bit back and forth, but I'm pretty soon here. I'm going to be having on the musical artist Mike, and you know him, you follow him, and formerly Mike Stud. It's a cool moment for me because when I first started the podcast, that was my idea. I was like, I bet I want to get to someday where I can get Mike to come on. So I just thought his story was incredible. And for, 3 years later, for it to be here and I'm doing it now, it's cool.
That's awesome.
Right.
That is
Stuff
awesome.
like that. So, Arizona Fall League, for those of you guys that don't know, it's so prestigious. It is such you are a prospect. We think you're something, for a club to get that invite. Tell me how this happened. I'm so fascinated how this went down for you. Awesome that you got the experience. Let's go there.
Yeah. So, all right. So playoffs end. We lose in the championship. Made the last out. That sucks. Throw my catcher's gear away. I'm like, hey, I'm packing it in for the season.
Yeah.
Like, it was a good season. Dressed like spring training and all that. I dressed for 150 games already. Like, wow, that was long.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, now I'm going to take a step away. Like, man, I had golf trips planned. I had concerts. I had, you name it. I had weekends planned.
Yeah.
Months in advance.
Mm-hmm.
So I go home, and next thing I know, I'm at a Heartland baseball game.
Mm-hmm.
Just watching the boys play.
Yeah.
I'm driving over to my girlfriend's house, and farm director calls me. I'm like, uh-oh. I'm like, I don't know what this could be.
What could this mean? This is weird timing. Yeah.
No, he calls me. He's like, Hartl. I'm like, yes.
They wouldn't release you now. It'd be a weird time to release you.
And I really wasn't worried about that. I'm just curious what it could be about.
Right.
And he goes, Hartl, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just driving, Bonnie. Like, I'm just driving.
Yeah.
And he goes, any chance you would want to go to the fall league? And I'm like,
that's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he goes, all right, so we're hosting it this year. Everything's on our side of, like, so we split, like, the surprise saguaros.
Yeah.
We share a complex with the Royals.
Right.
So everything was on the Rangers side. So it's our locker rooms, our weight room. Yeah. I'll stay at our.
For those of you guys that don't know, all the teams every team's represented by multiple teams.
Correct.
So there might be 3 or 4 different organizations on a team. Is that accurate?
Yeah, there was five for us.
Okay.
So he goes, hey, you may not play a lot. They just need an extra first baseman to kind of fill in. Yeah. I'm like, man, like, I just got back. Like, I'm going to a.
Oh, you considered not going?
It's not that I consider not going, but I was like,
just having that dialogue.
I was like, yeah, like, all right, let's go. And I call Razzo. I call Matt Dennis, who ex-Rocky.
Yeah.
He went to the fall league. I'm like, would it be worth it? And he goes, absolutely. Doesn't matter if you don't play, you have to go.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, let's go. So I was literally home for like 4 days.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, 3 days later, I'm flying out to Arizona for 7 more weeks of baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And like at the end of the season, it sucks we lost the championship, but I was ready to enjoy life.
How was your body feeling? That's a long schedule, man.
It was a long schedule, but when I was catching 5 a week in Hickory, like, it was like, all right, I was getting in a pretty good routine. Yeah, my body was tired. I was losing weight. But when I go to Hub City,
a little bit of a break there.
I was catching every other.
Yeah.
So my body felt great. Arm felt great.
Right. So you didn't catch 150 games.
Right.
That'd be
no.
a grind.
I caught 80-something, 90-something.
Yeah. Still a grind.
Still the most I've
Absolutely.
Caught
Yeah. Total.
But I go to the fall league, and next thing I know, I'm like, oh, man, top prospect.
Uh-huh.
Then there's me. I'm like, whoa. So it was just.
No, it's amazing that you got there, the 14th round pick. Yeah.
It was awesome. And it's like, I could never say no to a situation like that.
Yeah.
It was just so fun because everybody had feel.
Yeah.
Everybody had dirt out 132 game season.
Yeah.
Everybody was in the same boat where it's like 6 more weeks of baseball. Let's go play some more.
And then, what is your experience like? What's a typical day in the AFL?
Yeah. So it was very much different than what I was used to. We just got done playing championship baseball.
Yeah.
Or 6,000 people there. Next thing you know, we're in the fall league in Arizona. It's still 95 degrees. And there's 100 people in the stands.
Right.
And I'm like, man, this feels like a live at bat scrimmage.
Yeah.
But these guys are all
with some of the absolute dudes, minor league dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. These are future big leaguers.
Yeah. So it was really cool. First game, I'm playing first base. Ananachi was up first.
Oh, that's sick.
So it was cool. I got to play against him until he hit a ball about 108 right at me. The ball will always find you. It will always find you. So he smokes one at me. I kind of catch it, touch first, throw it around, and next thing you know, he walks, and it was just a surreal, like, I played on West Washington with this guy
Yeah.
4 years ago.
Wait, did you and Sam get to be like, was he on first and you were on at the
So I
same
was
time?
playing first, and he was on first base. So I got to.
Anyone get a picture?
Oh, I have a picture of it.
Okay,
I have
cool.
a picture of it.
Cool. Yeah.
But it was just so surreal. Like you're watching all these guys, all these
Yeah.
first round picks, and like how in baseball and social media and stuff like that, they're like so glorified.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, like these are just regular
Same as
dudes.
you.
They eat the same food. They
Same as
sleep
you.
at the same time. Like
Right.
they're the same. They're the same
Eye
dudes.
opening? Does it make
Yeah.
it feel like everyone's on the same eye level as you? Maybe
Yeah.
where maybe before you maybe thought a little
Yeah.
differently?
A lot of these guys were a lot taller, so I wouldn't say that same eye level. But it was,
Dude, yeah.
no, it was just awesome, and that they were just such great dudes.
Yeah.
Like they were top prospects in baseball. They were top prospect dudes to be around, and yeah, I had so much fun playing cards with them. I had so much fun getting ice
Yeah.
cream. Just the little things where it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I played like 9 games out of 30. Like
Right.
that's fine. Like the game is the game. Like
Right.
we're trying to win. But when I was on the bench, like we were still invested in the game, having
Yeah.
a great time. It was still like it just felt like I can't even explain what kind of baseball that was because it was so fun.
I mean, the talent there is insane. Tell me about like the kind of tools that you're seeing there. Because obviously, I mean,
Yeah.
this is like an all-star team essentially of
Yeah.
like minor leaguers compiled there. So just
Yeah.
insane tools, talent there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like when you're playing a team where it's like you're on a Saturday and these guys are in the back end of their bullpen, you're like, all right, like these are the arms you want to face.
Yeah.
You're in the back end of a bullpen of the fall league. These guys are still throwing 95
Right.
to 100 with demon stuff. So it's like
Demon stuff. I like that.
it's like it's not. No at bat was easy, none at all. But it was at the same time. It's such a learning experience. I was working with a AAA hitting coach. Like,
Did you
hearing his
progress there?
thoughts.
Any changes or
It was
just unique
honestly
things?
one thing he talked about hitting wise is like how you set up your swing sets up your swing. So basically, for me, it was like I was so closed off with my feet where it's like I wasn't able to turn. So it's like how maybe we'll open up this front one, being able to turn
The
better.
front foot?
Front foot. So
The
it's like
position of it?
the position of it. So
Were you landing close?
I was
Trying
landing
to keep it close?
like I was landing like parallel. So
Really?
it's like being able to open this one up a little bit may allow this hip to turn. and
That's
clear
fascinating,
hips.
dude. People there's so much variability with that front
Yep.
foot and your hip mobility
Yep.
too. Whether you have internal rotation, because some guys can be closed and completely rotate.
Yeah.
You know, like they're
Uh,
like Louis Bartlett.
Oh,
His front foot is like squared. He can like rotate all the way through. Nuts.
freakish athlete.
Oh yeah, Louis
Freakish.
is a freak athlete for sure. Shout out to the Bartlett family.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there's guys like I remember Josh Donaldson landing almost like that front foot totally open, so
Yeah.
he could clear that hip and let it eat.
Schwarber's literally like this back leg's here, and he'll literally land here.
Yeah,
and it's just
open.
a turn.
Total like
And
it's goes against like everything you're kind of taught as growing up,
Oh, I
right?
know.
Yeah.
so
So are you trying to land a little more open now, or how's
right
that?
now?
Or is
Yeah,
it naturally
I'm
opening
almost
up?
at like a 45 now.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a minor adjustment I tinkered
Cool.
with over the offseason.
Yeah.
But honestly, just watching the guys, like it was so cool to watch
Yeah.
BP, where it's like,
Sure.
why is this guy so successful?
Everyone's
Why does he-
processes.
It's
and
crazy.
what they do, right?
And what's crazy
Eyes
is that
open, buddy. Yeah.
we're facing 100 all the time. But when we're doing like pregame work, anything like that, I'm seeing guys stop on contact. I'm seeing 20% swings,
Yeah.
and then watching it uptick, tick,
Yeah.
tick, tick. All right, 60, 70, 80.
Yeah.
Where it's like, all right, I understand why this guy operates the way he does,
Yeah.
and like how like I see guys that on the first flip of the day they're swinging 100% out of their shoes.
Right.
Like these guys have a process of their way up, and whether it's conscious or not, I don't know. But at the same time, having those conversations with
Yeah.
them of like, hey, why do you do that drill? Why? What are you trying to feel? What are you looking for?
Did you take anything from anyone there? Like I know Pete Alonso's big on those half swings, like
Yeah.
stopping on contact and seeing where he's at,
Yeah.
finding his points. Did
Yeah.
you take anything from there?
No, I mean it's different for everybody, right? So like
Yeah.
Josh Adamczewski was a guy who kind of an emerging prospect from Indiana, high school kid, 12th rounder. Like he was 20 years old playing in the fall league.
Yeah.
Goes out and hits 6 homers, like top 100 prospect now in baseball. Like
Yeah.
stupid juice, hitting balls 112, 114.
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh my, and he's my size.
Yeah.
But like watching him, like he's taking like one of those stick bats, like those like literally like an inch diameter
Yeah.
bats,
Yeah.
hitting weighted like balls and trying to see if he can like
Really?
hit them true. because if you hit like a ball like with sand in it, the balls spin if you get
Yeah.
under it too much, or if you get over it, like it'll
Ooh.
top spin over.
Fascinating.
So it was cool watching like him, and then he'd go into a game and just mash.
Really?
So that was the cool part of it, and also just watching other guys.
Yeah.
Like that was the first time I played or seen Sam play
I
baseball
was
in
about to
2
say,
years.
how incredible that you and Sam, Springfield guys, Heartland guys, end up in the AFL together at the same time.
Yeah,
Incredible. That you do the year Sam had. Sam might be in the big leagues next year.
I agree.
Like it's
I agree.
I think it's a probability.
I agree. No,
This dude unloaded this year. For you guys that don't know, Sam Antonacci, SHG, Heartland, Coastal, tearing it up in the White Sox organization. This dude had an absolute year. Tore up. Was he the top prospect in the AFL? He was up there.
he was up there.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just exploded. Ended up in Double-A. Had like a funny incident too with some guy earlier in the year where
That's hilarious.
a little dust up and whatnot. But man, Sam Antonacci coming on.
It's
Your boy.
and it's not surprising
Yeah.
at all.
Right.
Anybody would tell you with how much work he puts in,
Yeah.
how much he
What a talent.
gives to the game. Like it's there. It's well deserved.
Yeah.
And I owe it to him. He pushes me to be better every day. And
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
sick that you guys get to. Are you guys doing a lot of stuff together in the off
Yeah.
season?
no, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's in there all the time, and I'm in there all the time, and it's been pretty cool to see him progress and like since Heartland, like hitting wise, and
Yeah.
see how he's changed and stuff like that. Does
really his swing
fascinating.
still look reminiscent of his time?
Absolutely.
Yeah, right?
Absolutely.
Just
But, like,
so pure, didn't have to do that much.
Yeah. But at the
What
same
elite
time,
bat to ball skills.
elite bat to ball
Wow.
skills, but he hits more than anybody I know.
Really?
And that's a testament. That's
Yeah.
what he does, and it is not shocking that he hit over 300.
Can you speak to his process at all? Like what kind of drills does he like to do or anything like that? Or anything unique or just
Not really. Like very much top hand. It's simple.
Yeah.
He does simple very, very, very well to a high level,
Yeah.
to the point where in that game where it doesn't matter if it's lefty, righty, it doesn't matter, where it's like he's out there playing.
Yeah.
He's also the most aggressive player I've ever seen.
Really?
Oh, taking the extra base. Like
While also being like a calm guy, like ice in his veins guy. So that's kind of crazy,
but
right?
between those lines,
It's fiery.
it's an animal.
Yeah,
It is
really?
an animal.
Oh man.
I
that's
am
what's up.
watching. We're
That's
sitting on the
sick.
bench. This guy, Nachi hits one in the gap, fringe double, takes the extra base, like
Yeah.
smacks himself in the helmet. I'm like, yeah, that's my guy right
That's my
there.
guy.
And he goes, and I'm like, it's the guy you love playing with, you hate
Yeah.
playing against him.
Oh,
And
that
it's
guy?
yeah, he's
Yeah.
that guy. So, but he's awesome for it. He's the same all the time, and I'm super excited what he has coming up for him.
Okay. And then, so you guys are doing, I'm seeing a lot of videos out at Washco and overtime. So for you guys that don't know, Jared Washco Strength and Speed, he is the guy to see here. If you're a pro, if you're a college guy, they're all under that umbrella. He's incredible. And now they've made it overtime out there. So that's like the actual facility. You guys are doing a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And you did the pro camp.
Yep.
How was that?
It was great. It was great. We had a
3-day camp.
3-day camp.
Yeah.
Kind of, it was honestly, we wanted to be instructional, but at the same time, like, these kids just went through Christmas. These kids are 8 to 11 years old. Like, we're going to have fun.
They all have their $500 bats.
yeah,
Their new $500 bats.
their new gear, all this stuff. And
All
I'm
the
like,
drip, baby.
yeah, so it was honestly just a ton of fun. And
Yeah.
I enjoy giving back to the game and stuff like that. And,
Sure.
yeah, it was a ton of fun.
What's the environment culture out there? I've heard it's pretty electric. Like a lot of
It's-
dudes getting after it.
It's
Cool place
special.
to be.
It's super cool. Like
Yeah.
what Washco works is absolute tail off in there. What the
Elite. Yeah.
the new cages,
Yeah.
the weight room, all that. Like, but besides the new dome that went up there,
Yeah.
like that is like the place to be in Springfield.
Absolutely. agree.
And there's a reason why Sam and I and a bunch of other college guys, when they come back, they train at Washco because
100%.
he does it right.
Yeah. When someone tells me, like when I talk to a dad now and they ask me like, we want to start getting into some strength and conditioning stuff, I'm like, you got to go to Jared. And if you haven't considered him already, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Come on now. All right. Jared Washco, Strength and Speed, the man. We've already talked a lot about hitting stuff. Do you think we've covered it all, or is any changes that you made this winter or anything like that?
Yeah. Honestly, it's the main focus for me was to keep the identity.
Gotcha.
Is
I
to
love that.
understand who I am.
Okay.
And yeah, there'll be some minor adjustments in there, but at the same time, I know when the time comes of spring training and games, like that I'm gonna cut it loose. Like
Yeah.
that was the main thing where I learned
Yeah.
about myself, where it's like, go out and compete. It's a game.
Strength and conditioning wise, what are you doing this winter? Anything different?
Yeah.
Changing anything? Addressing anything?
Yeah.
Anything there?
I'm gonna say like lower body wise, like my we do like force plate jumps or these
Mhm.
like these plates, and
Yep.
you do some jumps, and it tests a bunch of things that I am not smart enough to understand. And when I did understand is like my explosive numbers, as the more games, the more weeks that went on, my explosive numbers went up, which is
Hmm.
it was completely shocking. So I kind
Yeah.
of figured out like I was 210 going into spring training
Yeah.
last year. I ended up playing at 200
Yeah.
in July, and July was my best month, best. It's the best I felt. So it's like, all right, how do I get to that in April and then sustain that?
Yeah.
So now it's like I'm not doing as much like heavy lower body lifting.
Are you wanting to be lighter, going into the year lighter?
I want to stay around 200.
Okay.
Stay around 200.
Well, let me ask you this though. Then, are you? I mean, catching. Are you still gonna? Are you gonna end up at 190 then? If you come in at 200,
And that's the thing where it's
you don't
like
want that, right?
that's maintaining diet and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Where it's like I'll probably go in at 205 and try and stick around 200.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
Sorry to cut you off. So,
no, you're
did you
fine.
feel better at 200 essentially than
Yeah,
210?
I
More
did.
more athletic and split.
More
That's what you
athletic,
were getting
like
at.
yeah, like my jumps, like I was doing like a vertical jump standstill at like 20 inches to start the year.
Hmm.
And then I'm like, all right, it's July. I've caught 60 games in 75 days.
Yeah.
Like now I'm jumping 25 inches. Like this is stupid.
Yeah.
Like this is, and so now it's like, how do I keep maintaining that explosiveness? And that's where I feel like
Sure.
the and like from the hitting side where it's like I want to improve quality contact and improve exit velocity. That was kind of the main thing of like
Yeah.
I'm not searching for bat speed. I'm trying to look at quality contact and how explosive I can be.
Yeah.
Now it's like, all right, how does that translate to baseball?
Speaking of, are you concerned about metrics in the offseason, looking at all that kind of things hitting wise, and or not really? Just more.
Not really.
Yeah.
I feel I have a good relationship with the coordinators and the higher ups with the
Yeah.
hitting department and
Yeah.
with the Rangers, and I feel like it would have been brought to my attention so far. And if I there's something I need to work on, or like something like, oh, your bat speed's this, your
Yeah.
attack angle, all that, where it's like, all right, we can work on that, but at the same time, like they liked where I kind of finished, and they want me to keep kind of progressing on the train I'm on right now.
Yeah. Cool. So it sounds like you have a good fit in the Rangers organization,
I do really enjoy
right?
that organization. Yes.
Yeah. Like adversely, like Ryan Aper was a guest, and he had like essentially a terrible experience
Mhm.
with the Marlins organization when he was there. So nice that you're in an organization that seems like they value you and you like being there too, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Right. And minor league life is different now too. I remember being kind of shocked. I don't know how I missed it, but I always ask guys because it's fun to ask older guys like me, like, well, how terrible were your living conditions? But it's better now, right? Like they have,
It's great.
there's money in it, and like you live in nice places. It's set up through the team, right? Or
Yeah.
through the
I'm not buying an
organization.
apartment. I'm up subleasing for the last 2
Right.
months. Like that's
Yeah.
hearing those horror
You're not
stories.
getting bed bugs like Mitch
No,
Trees and stuff
no,
like
no,
that.
no. So no, it is very nice. It's a good setup we got going on.
Sick. What is Ben Hartl doing in his off time, in the off season to relax, have fun?
Yeah. I mean, definitely I didn't really take a day off of baseball, so I'm definitely
Really?
I still keep doing that.
Yeah.
But the quantity of which, like, if I miss a day of hitting, because I'm like last night, I went to go to U of I, visit my brother, went to the basketball game, like hanging out. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't hit yesterday. I'm still gonna hit today, and so where it's like, it's how I'm still living. I'm still a person. I'm still maintaining relationships,
Yeah.
seeing old buddies, going out of my way to see old friends in other cities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And honestly, just traveling and stuff like I can't do throughout the year.
Right.
So playing a lot of golf, reading,
Sure.
just hanging out, honestly.
What is your, in terms of like, how often are you working out? How often are you hitting and throwing and doing stuff like
Yeah.
that?
So definitely with this past year was the longest time I've played baseball my
Mhm.
entire life.
Yeah.
From February to November, I
Yeah.
took maybe 3 days off consecutively. That
Mhm.
was the longest.
Yeah.
So when it got to like December, it's like, all right, like we're gonna start catching once, twice a week.
Mhm.
And like I do lessons, and I'll sometimes jump in there with my lessons and start catch with them in a little bit.
Yeah.
And so it's honestly like lifting doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Lifting's 4, 5, 6 times a week. I usually
Okay.
take Sundays off
Yeah.
just to that's my day.
Absolutely.
That's my as you would say, like a Sabbath, like a
Yeah.
just a day to reset.
Yeah.
And but when it comes to like hitting, like it really honestly it depends. Like it could be twice a day. It could be 5 times a week. It could be it's honestly it depends on what's around here.
Yeah.
Whether I can go to Kale's, like
Yeah.
I went out to I went and saw the dome yesterday
Yeah. Is
for
it
the
pretty
first
cool?
time. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's huge,
Haven't been in there yet. Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
It is really cool. So I'm excited for that. And then honestly, just keeps just stacking days.
Yeah.
Like
Stacking
it's not
days.
like a set amount of like I need to do this, 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 and this.
Yeah.
So yeah,
What about recovery wise? What are you doing these days? Mobility, ice baths, saunas, anything
yeah,
like that? What we got?
yeah. I definitely still do Jared's got himself an ice bath
Yeah, I
and a
saw you
sauna in
got that in
there,
there. You got like a whole recovery room now.
recovery room.
Sick.
So
Yeah.
I definitely get in there as much as I can. And when I'm in the season, it's an ice bath before the day every day.
You
So
start the day with an ice bath?
start the
Really?
start
Okay.
the day.
Yeah.
I feel good.
It does,
I'm ready
man.
to
There's
go.
something about it. Yeah.
It
For
is. It
sure.
resets the nervous system.
Yeah.
It kind of makes it fire whenever you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Um, but like recovery wise, I'm constantly doing like something.
Okay.
I'm either stretching something, I'm soft tissuing something.
Yeah.
Like it's a never ending battle.
Okay. Do you have any specific goals or vision for how you want this upcoming year to go?
Yeah. Um, I mean, I've never been one to be like, I want to hit this. I want to be a gold glover. I want to do
Right.
something like that. So it's like I want to maintain health. That's the main thing. Like maintain my weight. I want to maintain. I just want to be available as much as possible.
Yeah.
When it comes to like goals, I want to be the same guy every day. Like
Yeah.
I'm not big on quantifying goals. I'm really
Yeah.
not. I'd like to play in 100 games this year. I
Yeah.
played in 94,
Sure.
something like that. So I'd like to play in 100. And I think that's the main thing is like just to, of course I want to hit 300 or I want to
Yeah.
hit 5 jacks or something like that. Like those will come with time and that
Yeah.
it's not like I don't want that. It's just I know the process will take care of itself.
Yeah. I love that, dude. This is about all the questions I have for you today. This has been awesome. I've got a off the wall question for you that I think will be cool to take us out here. If you could sit for an inning with 18-year-old Ben Hartl, senior at Springfield High School, what would you tell him? You have one inning.
um, I think the first thing I'd preface it with is like everything happens for a reason. You are where you're supposed to be, even
Mhm.
when you think you're not. Um, I think yeah, something like God's plan's bigger than what you think it is for
Yeah.
yourself. And then I'd go like I've always proved people wrong. I like want to prove people wrong. And it's
Yeah.
nothing against other people. It's stuff like or something like that. But it's I would tell myself you're not that good and it's not that deep.
Really?
Yeah.
What this is interesting then. What if you're 18 years old and some stranger slides up next to you and says, "Hey, buddy, you're about to be an All-American at Heartland. You're gonna pop off at Kansas. You're gonna
Yeah.
get drafted in the 14th round, and in like 4 years, you're gonna be in the Arizona Fall League."
Probably would have laughed and been like, yeah, I don't know what I would have said. I'll be honest.
It's cool that it's ended up there,
Yeah. Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Man. All right,
Super
man.
blessed, super grateful.
Well, hey, man, I got nothing else for you. Appreciate you coming in. I'd like to keep following you, man,
Yeah.
all the way to the show.
Let's keep it
So,
going.
yeah, this has been awesome. Do you have anything for us before we get out of here?
Thank you for
It's
hosting
cool to
me.
do it. Keep doing it.
This is awesome. I love keeping up with it,
Yeah,
hearing all the stories, and
I appreciate
even
it.
just going back. I listened to Mitch Trees this morning.
Oh, did
on my
you?
drive? Yeah, it's
Little Mitch.
Mitch is a great dude. I
He's an
love Mitch.
awesome guy. Yeah, his
But
his story about getting bed bugs in the minor league life is
yeah,
ridiculous. So,
yeah,
okay, guys, this is going to be the Ben Hartl story, part 4. I think we're going to call it Stacking Days.
I like it.
I like that
I like
too.
it.
So we're going to get on out of here. Appreciate you guys' time and be sure to tune back in. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
My man.